Getting tired of how these big corporations are treating them, and now they're doing shit to prove a point. In the last week or so, there's been almost 10 incidents where either a warehouse was burned down or a building was burned down. But that ain't it. Now people are putting stores like Walmart and Sam's Club on blast. They're doing things to single-handedly ruin these stores. So now what people are doing is taking spray foam, spraying it in toilets in big corporations. And if you know anything about spray foam, you know what happens when you spray foam in a toilet. Once that foam gets in a pipe, you already know what it's doing. It's hardening it up. And I'm talking about hard as a brick. And how does that affect these big corporations? Well, once you spray foam in a toilet, all those pipes that have anything to do with that toilet hardens up. So what you're going to have to do? Call plumbers. What are they going to have to do? Break down walls, break down concrete. This is a situation that can stop your store from being open. Places like Target, places like Walmart, they're about to be messed up because guess what? People are rebelling because they say they're not getting paid enough. They're saying they're not getting treated right. And the craziest part about everything, they can't even find out who's doing it. It's not like they can monitor everybody that's in the bathroom because you're not supposed to have surveillance in the bathroom. Mind you, the same reason that people were so-called setting these fires, they're saying they're not being treated right either. So what's going on?
You know, if you're not gonna pay us enough to f***ing live or afford to live, at least pay us enough not to do this shit. All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
Fuck the whole United States of America, including me. Every day I wake up in this fucking country and I realize the only way to fix it is to burn this bitch to the ground. I have no confidence in politicians, elections. It's all an illusion of something better that never is gonna come. We are slaves to a system that fucking hates us and despises us. We as humans have a God-given right to live happy, prosperous lives, free from control. This is hell, and we should let this motherfucker burn.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and what my man is talking about, he's talking about these people lashing out against the government, right? Or at least against the power structures. You got my man over there somewhere in bullshit California that lit some tissue paper on fire at a factory because he wouldn't get paid enough. Subsequently, since that, in College Point, I don't know where that, I'm assuming that's in California, and several other locations of warehouses have mysteriously been set on fire. Now, you had to know that your boy, what's his name, Luigi Maggiani, was gonna trickle down a domino effect. That people were gonna say, okay, we're getting disrespected and taken advantage of and exploited. Let me just lash out, right? And at this point, I don't even think people give a fuck about prison. I mean, just look at the local street thugs killing rappers and shit like that. Clearly, they don't give a fuck that jail's a real place, right? So you had to know that this was going to start affecting even the upstanding, square, law-abiding 9-to-5er. That they were going to be like, yo, you know what? I may not kill nobody, but let me set this motherfucker on fire. And that's what they're doing, because people not getting paid. Capitalism, while it's a good system, has been corrupted. People over exploiting it, namely these middle-aged greedy motherfuckers charging 4 or 5 times the amount of the rent or like the selling price. I don't understand why we can't be somewhat like China. They got a good economy, right? They got luxury high-end vehicles, but they don't bust your head. Here in America, we got to sell a Rolls Royce for like $5 million. Over there, they got those Asian sports cars and what they call them, high-end SUVs, and them shits cost like what, 100 grand flat. They not over there busting your head with $2 million Bugattis. I think there might be some Italian shit, but I digress. Oh, also, here it goes. I said it, but I didn't actually have the locations. It says after the Kimberly Clark fire. I'm assuming that's where he set the warehouse on fire with the tissue paper. It says another massive 5-alarm fire is now happening at a warehouse in College Point, Queens, New York. All right, so it's 2 locations. I seen pictures of 3, but whatever. So yeah, now they're happening on 2 different coasts. You got people on the West Coast setting up a chain reaction to people on the East Coast. So, like, yeah, like my man said, the only way to like curtail this shit is burn it to the ground, because clearly people have no concept and ideal of fairness as it pertains to the common man and woman. Like, you shouldn't have to make $60,000 fucking dollars a year just to live in a $1,200 a month flat. Like, that don't even make sense. Where they trying to charge people 3 times the amount of the rent. Hell, I live in Atlanta. Just down the street, they're building condos that are like $300,000. The fuck? Why would you do that? This is like a family friendly orientated neighborhood of Atlanta anyways, right? Nobody is living in a fucking condo with a fucking 6-year-old. Maybe a single mom that does OnlyFans, but like a family? That don't even make sense. And they're doing it because nobody's setting parameters. And I don't understand why you can have like laws on monopolies of companies, but you can't have like laws on regulating the housing industry. Like, there's regulators in the industrial industry, there's regulators of the banking industry, even though we see how that shit's working. But you have like regulations of different industries, right? The food industry, the water industry, the waste industry. There's, for some reason, there's not regulations on the housing. People just built properties and charge exorbitant amounts of rent, which the average motherfucker makes $52,000 a year. So if I gotta make $65,000 to live in a $1,200 flat because you charging 3 times the amount of rent, where the fuck I'm getting this extra 13 G's from? The math ain't mathing. And don't hit me with that shit. Everybody can start a business or a side hustle, because everybody is not business orientated. Now, I'm speaking for myself, I'm speaking for other people, but realistically, that's not how capitalism is supposed to work. You're not supposed to charge people out the wazoo just to live, right? Food shouldn't be exorbitant as fuck, because food companies are practicing what I call consumer inflation. I think they mentioned some shit like that on the NPR station, where companies, because of inflation, were actually charging more on a product because they knew that people would pay for it, right? They called it consumer inflation. You shouldn't be able to do that. There should be regulations on food and housing, because there's a basis things that people need. And there's some motherfuckers out there that believe you don't deserve water. So yeah, like, that's where we're at. People getting tired, burning shit down, and I'm not mad at them. I've never actually been against anarchy. Actually, to tell you the truth, I've actually been pro-anarchy. Burn this motherfucker down, because if I can't live, can't nobody live. Fuck that. Everybody gotta die. And like, that's not a good place to be. I think the government need to be able to like instinctually pick up on that. They not picking up what we putting down, and it's like every year we have this voting shit where people are talking about vote for and you vote for the person and then they don't do shit. Like, everybody voted for Mondamdi. What he gonna do? Right? Motherfuckers voted for Kamala and Joe Biden. What they do? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers vote for the black mayor in Baltimore. What he do? Like, people are voting, and don't get me even started on the white candidates. People are actually voting for these people, white and or other, and it seems like even black or white are fucking scumbags. So that's where we at with it. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.